investors' support for Lagos International Financial Center. Federal government boosts power generation by 2,000 megawatts in 2 years. On the foreign team, Israel expands offensive strikes in Gaza. And in sports, Super Eagles goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali remains in Chipper United. And now the details. I am Akan Usen. The Lagos State Government, in partnership with Enterprise NGR, under the platform of the Lagos International Financial Center, LIFC, has called on foreign and local investors to support partnership for the establishment of an international financial center in Lagos to drive economic and financial growth. Speaking during the first quarterly members' night held at Victoria Island, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and the co-chairman of LIFC Council, Aigboje Imokwede, said the establishment of LIFC will attract private international capital flow to finance growth and development in Lagos and Nigeria. Speaking at the event, Governor Sanwo-Olu, who was represented by Lagos State Commissioner for Finance, Abayomi Oluyomi, said the establishment of the Lagos International Financial Center will aid the financing of the infrastructural gap in the state. He called on the private sector to partner with the Lagos State Government and LIFC Council to drive economic and financial growth in Lagos, noting that the partnership between the public and private sector is the solution. The co-chairman of the LIFC Council, Aigboje Imokwede, described the LIFC as a national strategic imperative and a transformative platform to attract international capital, deepen markets, and elevate Nigeria's competitiveness. The Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, DSVA, has held an engagement program with members of Odiolowo Ojuwoye Local Council Development Area and Lagos Island East LCDA CDC on issues surrounding sexual and gender-based violence, SGBV. DSVA Executive Secretary Titilola Vaivo Adeniyi, who was represented by an officer of the Community Engagement Department of the agency, Adetun Odumbo, encouraged the participants to, as first responders, report cases of abuse around them rather than concealing the information when they witness them, so that together SGBV can be reduced to the barest minimum in their locality. She engaged the audience, consisting of men and women, on the forms of SGBV, effects of SGBV, child abuse, and its adverse effects, emphasizing the critical role of parents in curbing child abuse and highlighting the distinction between child discipline and child abuse. This sensitization program underscores the agency's dedication to raising awareness and encouraging reporting of SGBV cases, reaffirming its commitment to combating sexual and gender-based violence in Lagos State, as emphasis was laid on the agency's toll-free line 080-033-3333 as a channel of report. The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, has urged states and relevant authorities to step up enforcement of road safety regulations, particularly regarding truck standards and driver behavior. FRSC spokesman Olusegun Ogungbemide, who made the call, expressed concerns over the poor condition of trucks on Nigerian roads, citing issues like poor vehicle maintenance, speeding, and disregard for traffic regulations as contributing factors to road accidents. Ogungbemide said Nigeria does not have a national policy on restricting the movement of articulated vehicles during specific hours, leaving states to devise their own controls. He maintained that all the policies the FRSC had put in place over the years have reduced the rate of crashes involving these categories of vehicles, reaffirming the Corps' commitment to safer highways across the country. now to the rest of the stories. Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabu says it took Nigeria nearly 40 years to increase its power generation by 2,000 megawatts from 2,000 megawatts in 1984 to 4,000 megawatts by 2022. Adelabu said this feat has been achieved in less than 2 years of the current administration, with the country experiencing a remarkable surge in power generation to an impressive 6,003 megawatts. Adelabu made this known when he was paid a courtesy visit by members of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, led by its president Margaret Oguntala, to discuss areas of collaboration between the NSC and the ministry. The discussion centered on strategic partnerships, mentorship opportunities, and the crucial role of NSC in providing technical advisory support to the ministry on power-related issues. According to the minister, Nigeria should have moved past the engineering-related challenges, particularly in the power sector, given the number of engineers the country has produced. He therefore urged the society to take training seriously, encourage and serve as role models for the younger generation, inspiring them to show greater interest in the profession. The Minister of Foreign Affairs has announced the launch of Air Algiers' inaugural direct flight service from Algiers to Abuja, set to begin on April 6, 2025. Acting spokesperson for the ministry, Kemiebi Ebiemfa, said the new route, which is the result of the bilateral air services agreement between the two countries, will be operated by the national carrier Air Algiers using a Boeing 737 aircraft. Ebiemfa said this will strengthen the diplomatic and economic ties between Nigeria and Algeria, adding that this new service is expected to boost connectivity, encourage tourism, and facilitate trade and investment between the two countries. The inaugural flight is expected to carry the charge d'affaires of the Nigerian embassy in Algiers, Nigerian community leaders, and representatives from the Algerian government. And now to foreign news. Deadly Israeli airstrikes have been reported in Gaza as Israel's defense minister, Israel Katz, said its military will expand its offensive and seize large areas of the Palestinian territory, incorporating them into what he describes as security zones. Katz said the expanded operation aimed to destroy and clear the area of terrorists and terrorist infrastructure, and it would require a large-scale evacuation of Palestinians. Later, at least 19 Palestinians, including 9 children, were killed in a strike on a UN clinic sheltering displaced families in the northern town of Jabalia. The Israeli military said it targeted Hamas terrorists hiding there. Reports say overnight strikes across Gaza killed at least 20 more people. Anyway, from all that, now sports. Super Eagles goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali remains focused on the end of the season amid rumours of a potential departure from Chippa United in the South African Premier Soccer League to Europe. Several media outlets reported that Chippa United was prepared to sell their goalkeeper and that a transfer was in the works. While a move cannot be completely ruled out, Nwabali has not received any official communication regarding a possible transfer during the upcoming summer transfer window. A representative from Nwabali's agency, David Moss Group, provided clarity on the situation, stating that no move has been initiated and that there are currently no proposals under discussion with Chippa United. And that's all for the news at 4. Remember, speed thrills but kills. Please avoid excessive speeding. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms on X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961, on YouTube Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration upgraded 2 higher institutions to universities. You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Government, in partnership with Enterprise NGR, under the platform of the Lagos International Financial Center, LIFC, has called on foreign and local investors to support partnerships for the establishment of an international financial center in Lagos to drive economic and financial growth. Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabu said it took Nigeria nearly 40 years to increase its power generation by 2,000 megawatts from 2,000 megawatts in 1984 to 4,000 megawatts by 2022. He also told you that deadly Israeli airstrikes have been reported in Gaza, as Israel's defense minister Israel Katz said its military will expand its offensive and seize large areas of the Palestinian territory, incorporating them into what he described as security zones. And in sports, Super Eagles goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali remains focused on the end of the season amid rumors of a potential departure from Chippa United in the South African Premier Soccer League to Europe. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Kayode Mafolashiri. I am Akan Usen. Thanks for listening and please stay safe. Good afternoon.